Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss on important current affairs for today. Subscribe to the channel if the information is helpful. At the end of the video we will revise all the questions once. Let's start. RBI has released third bi-monthly monetary policy statement 2020-21 recently. What is the current repo rate? Answer is 4%. Recently RBI has released the third bi-monthly monetary policy and the repo rate is unchanged at 4%. What is the repo rate? It is the rate at which RBI lends money to commercial banks and the other rates were also unchanged. Reverse repo rate is 3.35%, marginal standing facility rate and bank rate is 4.25%. We discussed repo rate is the rate at which RBI lends money to commercial banks. And what is reverse repo rate? It is the rate at which RBI absorbs the money from the banks which is in excess. This is just reversal to the repo rate. And marginal standing facility means it is a provision which enables the scheduled commercial banks to borrow an additional amount of overnight money from RBI. In simple terms, it is a window for banks to borrow from the Reserve Bank of India in an emergency when interbank liquidity dries up completely. And bank rate is, it is the rate at which commercial banks can borrow from the RBI. Don't get confused between repo rate and bank rate. In repo rate, RBI lends money to commercial banks by purchasing securities, and in bank rate commercial banks can borrow from RBI without any security. That is the difference. There are other differences as well. This is the main difference. Next question is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the physical distribution of property cards under which scheme to provide the record of properties of village household owners in rural areas? Answer is Swamitva. Swamitva full form is Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. Prime Minister has launched the physical distribution of property cards under this scheme. This scheme was launched in April this year to provide the record of properties of village household owners in rural areas and issue property cards. The villagers will get the legal rights of their houses through property cards, which will help them to avail loans from banks and other financial institutions, and this initiative will prevent illegal capturing of their properties as well. This scheme will help to transform rural India and empower millions of people. Next one is, which state union territory became the first in India to launch tree transplantation policy? Answer is Delhi. Delhi government has launched a tree transplantation policy to preserve and protect trees. Delhi's chief minister is Arvind Kejriwal. What is a tree transplantation? It means moving a plant or a tree from one location to another location along with the roots without making any damage to the plant or tree. Under this policy, the trees which needs to be felled or cut due to construction and other development projects, they should not be cut down, they need to be uprooted and transplanted in another location. If in any construction or development project, 80% of the total number of trees to be felled, then they must be transplanted to other location compulsorily, and this policy is not applicable if there are 10 or less than 10 trees. And also the agencies which undertake the work of transplantation, they must ensure the survival of at least 80% of the transplanted trees, then only they will be paid for their work. Next one is, which state government has partnered with Israel to set up Center of Excellence on high value vegetables recently? Answer is Meghalaya. Meghalaya government has partnered with Israel to set up a center of excellence. This is for high value vegetables. Through this center of excellence, the state is expected to benefit from the expertise offered by Israel in terms of protected cultivation, quality planting materials, technology support, technology know-how and quality planting materials. Initially, it will focus on seasonal and high value vegetables and water management. And the second phase will concentrate on the expansion of the research and development of citrus fruits. Also remember another important point related to Meghalaya. Recently, India's largest piggery mission was launched in Meghalaya. Chief Minister of Meghalaya is Conrad Sangma. Next question is, Health and Ayush Ministry has jointly released National Clinical Management Protocol based on Ayurveda and Yoga for the management of which disease? Answer is COVID-19. Union Health and Family Welfare Minister is Dr. Harshvardhan. National Clinical Management Protocol based on Ayurveda and Yoga was recently released by Health and Ayush Ministry for management of COVID-19. This protocol provides clear guidance to Ayush practitioners regarding treatment of COVID-19 patients in different conditions of infection. This brings in uniformity and consistency in the Ayush based responses to the pandemic across the country. This protocol was prepared based on the report and recommendations of the interdisciplinary committee formed by Health Ministry. Also, Ministry of Ayush has set up an interdisciplinary Ayush research and development task force with a group of senior experts to formulate and develop strategies for this initiative for integration of Ayurveda and Yoga interventions for COVID-19. Basically, this protocol is for the uniformity of the treatment across the country by integrating Yoga and Ayurveda. Next one is Union Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank inaugurated the Gyan Circle Ventures in which state recently? Answer is Andhra Pradesh. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is Union Minister for Education. Recently, he inaugurated the Gyan Circle Ventures virtually in Sri City, Chittoor in Andhra Pradesh. This is funded by Technology Business Incubator developed by the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Andhra Pradesh. These ventures will provide support to youngsters in different phases and help them become successful innovators and also foster entrepreneurship in youngsters. These ventures will use artificial intelligence, blockchain, cybersecurity, robotics and other technology in its processes. And also leading experts and industrialists will provide their expertise to the incubates. Next one is who has launched Jan Andolan campaign on COVID-19 appropriate behavior recently? Answer is Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a campaign on Jan Andolan for COVID-19 appropriate behavior. Why this was launched? This was launched in view of upcoming festivals and winter season as well as the opening up of the economy. Through this campaign, he urged the people to always remember to wear a mask, wash hands, follow social distancing by maintaining do gaz ki duri. Next one is what is the theme of the International Day of the Girl Child? Answer is My Voice, Our Equal Future. The theme for 2020 International Day of the Girl Child is My Voice, Our Equal Future. When is this day celebrated? It is celebrated on 11th October every year. This is being observed since 2012. This day was declared by the United Nations to raise awareness on issues facing by the girls internationally in terms of education, nutrition, child marriage, legal and medical rights. Also remember another important day, the World Day Against the Death Penalty is observed every year on 10th October. The theme for this day is Access to Counsel, a matter of life or death. This day is observed to advocate for the abolition of the death penalty. Next one is which noted poet will be conferred the prestigious Sarla Puraskar? Answer is Nityananda Nayak. Nityananda Nayak is a noted Odia poet. He will be conferred the prestigious Sarla Puraskar for his poetry work published in 2017. He will be facilitated with a cash award of 5 lakh and a citation. This award was announced by Sarla Puraskar Committee. This is the 41st edition of the literary award which was instituted by Indian Metals Public Charitable Trust in 1979, and this award is recognized as the foremost literary award of the state. Next one is Bishr al-Kassawneh has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country recently? Answer is Jordan. Jordan is located in Middle East. Recently, Bishr al-Kassawneh has been appointed as the new Prime Minister by the King of Jordan. King of Jordan is Abdullah ibn al-Hussein. Currently, Bishr al-Kassawneh is serving as the policy advisor to the king. He succeeds previous Prime Minister Omar al-Razaz. Now we will revise all the questions once. RBI has released third bi-monthly monetary policy statement 2020-21 recently. What is the current repo rate? Answer is 4%. Next one is Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the physical distribution of property cards under which scheme to provide the record of properties of village household owners in rural areas? Swamitva. Next one is which state union territory became the first in India to launch tree transplantation policy? Delhi. Which state government has partnered with Israel to set up Center of Excellence on High Value Vegetables recently? Meghalaya. Health and Ayush ministries have jointly released National Clinical Management Protocol based on Ayurveda and Yoga for the management of which disease? COVID-19. Union Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank inaugurated the Gyan Circle Ventures in which state recently? Andhra Pradesh. Who has launched Jan Andolan campaign on COVID-19 appropriate behavior recently? Narendra Modi. What is the theme of the International Day of the Girl Child? My Voice, Our Equal Future. Which noted poet will be conferred the prestigious Sarla Puraskar? Nityananda Naik. Bashir al-Kasawne has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country recently? Jordan. These are the important current affairs for today. Thank you.